So hey gang, in this video I'm just going to do a quick video of how to repack a silencer on your 4-stroke. The first thing you need to do obviously is buy some 4-stroke silencer packing. It has to be 4-stroke specific because they use different kind of the fiber material that they use for 2 strokes and 4 strokes is different. And the second thing is to get all your tools together. You don't need a whole lot, but you know, I'll name them as we go through it. And you need to get yourself some rubber gloves or some rubber lined gloves. You can't touch the insulation with your bare hands. It will get in your pores and cause you itchy problems for a long time. It's hard to get out once you get it in your pores. So that's just the introduction, and we're going to get right into it. Okay, to start this off, I have on my impact drill, or any drill really, I have an Allen socket that is the right size for that clamp right there where I just put it on. And you loosen that up, and I've already done all this, and you back off the clamp forward so that it's not touching, it gets touching the joint here where the silencer and the head pipe come together. The next thing is, same scenario, take your Allen, the correct size, and undo this bolt right where your subframe meets the frame, right here where I'm pointing. And then you have your two 12 millimeter bolts that go through the holes of your number plate. So for that, I got out my T-handle, 12 millimeter T-handle. I've already done this. So, but you break them loose, and they have spacers, so you make sure you catch those spacers. But once you do that, it's just a matter of wiggling out the bolts themselves. I'm just dropping them down, and then wiggling out your silencer. All you do is kind of twist and turn it. You know, it's not easy, and you just pull that out. Then set it up on a workbench and get yourself a drill with the right bit, a bit bigger than the center of your rivets. You're trying to actually drill out the rivets on the front side, on this front side, sorry. There we go, sorry. On the front side is what you're trying to take off. You're going to eventually knock this part off and take off this strap and drill out all the rivets. So I'm going to remount the camera so I can show you the work. Okay, so at this point, I'm putting my drill back on, my battery back on my drill, and I'm drilling out the rivets. Yep, there went one right there. So what I just did right there was pry off the band. There's a band that goes around. Be cognizant of where it goes and how it was so that you can put it back the same way. So I'm putting it up on my toolbox the same way I took it off. Okay, so after I have drilled out all the rivet holes, I like to go back with a punch, the same size as the hole, and punch out all the rivets, all the way around. And this is after I've taken off, obviously I've taken off the band. So I go through, I punch out all the rivets to make sure they go inside. You have nothing holding it. Yep, so they've all kind of gone through already. Then I like to take a razor knife and work away from your body because it'll slip. But I like to go through and get the RTV. They have high silicone RTV, high tip. I try to go all the way around all the edges and get in there as deep as I can and get it out. Sometimes I use a screwdriver too. If the gap is big enough, sometimes I'll go and use a screwdriver, the sharpest one I have. I've even used a metal putty knife. But whatever you do, just be careful and try to keep it away from yourself when you work away. So at that point, you can either put it in a vise or do your best to hold it. I don't have a vise on my table right now. So I'm going to hold it on the header pipe side, and I'm going to hit the mounting brackets with a rubber mallet and just separate the core from the outside. And it should come pretty easy. And as you can see already, wow, look at that. But the packing's got holes in it. I don't even know if I can get it out of there that easy. Yeah, and it looks like they didn't really do a good job with it either. It's all in pieces in here. Ugh. Yeah. So obviously you have to fish all this out. Be careful not to cut yourself. Everything is sharp. But as you can see, down inside is the end cap. And you need to, when you're measuring your new packing, your silencer packing, remember to include a little bit because it's actually going into the end cap. So you have to, do the whole thing plus a little bit for the end cap. I kind of use the second set of rivets. I kind of use that as a guide. Okay, so now I have my packing material out. I have the header pipe end of the pipe, and I'm going to the edge of the packing I have to the rivet points, past the rivet points, and I'm making a line to the end of the stinger. I call it the stinger, the center of the exhaust tube, and I'm making a line with a marker so that I know that's the line, my cut line, and I'm gonna make it straight and then cut the silencer material in that area. And I tend to go a little bit on the further side of the packing material just to give it a little bit extra. I have metal cutting shears. I don't know what other people use. Some people use razor knife. I have found this to be the easiest to cut with. So I'm just going to cut to size it. And this is some thick material. It's not always that easy to cut. But I'm just going to try to keep it off of your body. Toss the remnant. And what you're doing now, the process is you wrap it around the center pipe going into the flare and go around at least once and do it kind of, I wouldn't say tight, but not loose, not tight. I don't know how to explain that, but you want it to be a good amount of packing in there, so you want it to be kind of tight, but not so much that it stifles the flow. I got it packed in there, and now I'm going to get it stuffed down in the front part. So once you've wrapped all the way around the pipe your packing material, you want to get some of this blue masking tape, the 3M masking tape, like for painter's tape, and you want to tape rather tightly the packing so that it can go back in into the outside sleeve of the silencer. And a little trick that was taught to me by a guy at Honda back in the day when I used to have a whole bunch of Hondas. If you roll this outside edge a little bit, it will help when you slide it back in to the sleeve. It helps pack that down. You don't want to wrap like 100%. You want to leave little lines in there. If you wrap it 100%, it traps too much heat and it doesn't let the fiber breathe through. So then, of course, this is not easy, but you're trying to line up the end of that pipe into the bung on the far end of the silencer. And this is always like a real pain in the ass, let me tell you. If I get it in one shot, I'll be happy. But nope, doesn't look like it's gonna go. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Got it. It was good. And then the last step would be to either pop rivet or screw. You can RTV this too. You could leave a gap, pull it back out and RTV it. I never high temp RTV it again the second time. I've never had it leak through. But if I were to see some smoke, I would take it back apart. But yeah, so now you're just lining up the holes. You pull it back out till you get to the point where you line up the holes, and you either pop rivet it all back with the strap, or you use screws. In this case today, I'm going to use screws. Okay, so off camera, I've done 5 of the 6 bolt screws. Sorry. So I'm just going to install the last one. I did put the strap underneath it. This will not be easy, so just got to put a lot of force into it. Yep. And then I go back through and tighten them all after I've done it once. And I like to use screws or bolts because I'm going to be doing this so often. Every between 10 and 15 hours I do my repacking. And that's it. Then you just take your can, put it back on the bike opposite of the way we showed you to take it off in the beginning. Make sure you tighten up your bolts at the mounting points, and that you use the correct spacers, because you have to have it flared out a bit towards the outside of the bike. And also make sure that you tighten this one, torque it down relatively good. Don't go crazy, but it's the one where it mounts to the frame. And that's it. And then you guys will have a nice quiet silencer for another between 10 and 20 hours. Thanks for watching the videos. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.